Stop scrolling for a moment. Imagine a single image causing whispers, headlines, and shocked faces across movie fans. That is what happened when Britt Ekland appeared topless in a famous scene. Some gasped, some argued, and many could not look away. This video is not about shock for no reason. It is about why that moment mattered, how it changed talks in movies, and why people still search for it years later. Stay with me, because the story behind it is more interesting than the picture itself. Britt Ekland was already known before this moment. She was a popular actress, a model, and a face people recognized fast. She worked in movies during a time when film rules were changing. Directors wanted to push limits, and actors were asked to take bold steps. When Britt agreed to appear topless, it was not just a quick choice. It came with risks, talks, and strong opinions. The scene did not appear out of nowhere. In that period, films were testing how far they could go. Some people felt such scenes showed freedom. Others felt they crossed lines. Britt Ekland stood right in the middle of that storm. The camera showed her in a natural way, not hidden by tricks. For many viewers, this was surprising. For others, it felt honest and real. Reactions came fast. Newspapers talked about it. Fans discussed it at school, at work, and at home. Some praised her courage. Some criticized her choice. There were also people who only focused on the body and missed the message of the scene. This split reaction made the moment even bigger. When people disagree strongly, attention grows. What many forget is that Britt Ekland was acting. The scene was part of a story. It was not made just to tease viewers. It was meant to show character, mood, and truth in that moment. In simple terms, it showed a person without shields. That idea connected with some viewers deeply. Behind the scenes, things were not easy. Talking about appearing topless meant contracts, trust, and pressure. Actors at that time did not always have full control. Saying yes could open doors, but it could also bring labels. Britt knew this. She still moved forward, knowing the result could follow her for years. After the scene was released, her fame grew. But fame has two sides. More roles came, but so did typecasting. Some directors only saw that one moment and forgot her skills. This is a common issue in movies. One strong scene can become a shadow over an entire career. Over time, views changed. What once caused shock slowly became part of film history. New generations watched the scene with different eyes. They talked less about gasping and more about meaning. Was it art? Was it choice? Or was it pressure? These questions keep the discussion alive. It is also important to remember the human side. Britt Ekland has spoken in interviews about her life, work, and regrets. Like many people, she had moments she questioned later. That honesty makes her story real. She was not just a face on a screen. She was a person making choices in a tough industry. So why does this moment still get clicks and searches? Because people are curious. Because controversy sticks. And because stories about fame and risk never get old. The topless scene became a symbol of a time when movies were changing fast. As this video ends, think about more than the image. Think about the pressure, the courage, and the cost. Think about how one scene can define years of work. If this story made you see it differently, then it did its job. Stay curious and keep watching stories beyond the surface. Another point often missed is how audiences learn over time. When a scene first appears, feelings run high. Years later, calm thinking takes over. Students study films, teachers explain context, and viewers notice camera angles, music, and silence. These details show intent. They also show how rules around bodies and screens keep shifting. Britt Ekland became part of lessons about choice and power. Her moment helps explain why consent, pay, and respect matter. It also reminds young actors to ask questions and protect themselves. For viewers, it offers a chance to grow. Instead of staring, they can think. Instead of judging fast, they can listen. That change in thinking is valuable. It proves that culture can learn. A single scene can start noise, then lead to better talks. This is why the clip still appears in searches. Not for shock alone, but for meaning built over time. If you reach this part of the video, you already looked past the surface. You stayed for the story, the context, and the lesson. That choice makes watching smarter and deeper, and it turns a quick gasp into understanding. It also shows how media can grow with its audience. As viewers mature, they ask better questions. They value care over clicks. They respect people behind scenes. This shift shapes future films. It pushes safer sets, fair deals, and clearer choices. That progress matters for everyone watching. It is a lesson worth keeping close and sharing with others everywhere now.